What's up, Adventure Church family? Hope all of you are having a great week. This is a midweek moment where we usually come at you just for a little bit of a midweek motivational moment to help you kind of get through the rest of the week. But I wanted to just talk to you briefly, real quick, about some good things that are happening in our church. And first of all, it's just been an awesome start to the new year. We've seen record amounts of people in attendance and people responding to just the invitation of salvation, and just so many amazing things are happening in the church, and we're just so grateful for it and give God all the glory for it. But with that growth, there has been some challenges that are coming along with it, which I always tell people that growing pains are much better than dying pains, but they're painful nonetheless. And so our 10 a.m. service has been and always probably will be our most attended service, the most probably convenient service for most of our people. And due to that reason, the attendance numbers in that have been beyond capacity the last 2 weeks. And so we've had to sit people in the lobby and had to park cars literally everywhere just to get them a spot so they could get out. And then the lines for kids and check in and check out, and our kids' rooms are at capacity, and our auditorium is beyond capacity, our parking's beyond capacity. And so there's some challenges there. That's obviously going to limit growth, and it's going to just present challenges for everybody as they deal with getting in and out and all of that, finding seats and all of those things. And so unfortunately, there is no immediate solution to that problem. And some of the solutions we have actually create more problems that we would have to figure out before we can just implement some of those things. And so at the beginning of the year, 2 weeks ago, we did adjust our third service time from 11:30 to 11:45 to create more time for the transition, which that has been very helpful. But the reality is that 80% of our first-time guests come to our church at the 10 a.m. service. And so they're coming into the chaos and maybe have determined that this is the normal for Adventure Church, and it's just not. And we obviously want to do everything we can to create a welcoming experience for everyone, but especially our first-time guest. And so, like I said, there's no immediate solution to this problem, but one big thing that would help us in a huge way is for some people at the 10 o'clock who can attend other service times to do that, and to do it as soon as possible. And so our 8:30 and our 11:45 aren't empty by no means, but still have a good amount of space that if we could, move 100 people or so, 150 people or so from that 10 a.m. Service to those other times, that would be a huge step in the right direction, and give us some time to maybe find out some more permanent solutions to the growth we're experiencing. Obviously, the best solution is more space, more parking, more room in the auditorium, and those things. And we're actively moving forward and getting a building built. But the reality is we're still months and months away from that project being completed. Even if we were to raise all of the funds immediately, we wouldn't. It's going to take 13 to 15 months to build that. So we have to come up with some other solutions. And so the first one, and I'm asking if you are a part of our Adventure Church family and a core person here, and again, I realize some of you may not be able to switch, but if you can, please do so. I know it's not the most convenient thing, and the 8:30 is a little harder to get the kids up for, and 11:45 is a little late because it goes into lunch and naps and those kind of things. But if you could make that adjustment for us and sacrifice your own convenience for the sake of the first-time guest that are coming into the church, I would be so grateful for that. And I know the Lord would be grateful Our mission is to help people discover new life in Christ, and we don't want to do anything that could hinder that. And so we just want to create as much space as possible. So, hear from my heart, if 10 o'clock is the only service you can attend and it's the only time slot that works for you, I totally get it. Don't stop coming, keep coming. But if you can, deal with some inconveniences to create more space and to help us out, man, that would be huge for me. And so I love all of you who call Adventure Church home, and just so thankful for how you serve and give and invest into what God is doing here. It truly is very unique what God is doing, and you have a huge part to play in that. So thank you for all that you're doing to see God's plan and vision and mission accomplished here. And thank you for being willing to lay aside your own preferences and conveniences for the sake of that mission. I love you, and I can't wait to see you this Sunday as I'll be preaching part 3 of our Asking for a Friend series. I can't wait to see you then. Have a great rest of your week.